Tonight's show will feature some holiday celebrations, a look into how students are dealing with finals week, and the amazing work of the Hope Box Theater. I'm Matt Harris.
And I'm Jace Campbell.
And this is Wildcat News. After a long wait, demolition of the Utah State Prison in Draper started last Tuesday with the prison guard tower, which took much longer than expected to take down. The work is still ongoing and will take place over the next several months. Inmates formerly at the prison are now housed at the new Salt Lake Correctional Facility.
Utah lawmakers may look at further legislation to address the growing number of inmate deaths happening in Utah correctional facilities. After a record number of deaths in 2016, legislation caused a sharp decrease in instances, but the number has since climbed back up to where it was with 19 reported deaths in 2020.
The United States Senate passed legislation that will codify marriage rights for same-sex and interracial couples on November 29th. The bill passed with a 61-36 vote in favor. It's now headed to the House of Representatives, and if favored, will be sent to the president to sign into law.
Rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, had his Twitter account suspended last Thursday in response to a number of anti-Semitic posts he shared. Ye's tweets coincided with numerous comments he made praising Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime in an interview with InfoWars' Alex Jones. This coincides with a long period of organizational strife on the social media platform spurred by new owner Elon Musk, who recently began reinstating previously suspended or deactivated accounts for violating community standards.
Late last week, the Biden administration averted a national rail strike by imposing a contract on union railroad workers. This comes after 4 major rail unions rejected the same contract last month for not including sick days for rail workers.
The Chinese government has begun to lower their COVID-19 restrictions following days of mass protests. The rare protesting is aimed at the strictness of COVID-19 restrictions in Beijing, Guangzhou, and other major cities across China.
Well, as the year comes to an end and the effects of COVID still linger, there are some locals trying to help out those in their community. Let's take it to Garrett Lee for more details.
Thank you. I'm right outside the Hope Box Theater here in Jubilee, Utah, where a special donation is being passed around this holiday season. Let's take a look.
The Hope Box Theater was created by founder and 4-time cancer survivor Jan Williams, who created the theater as a form of escape from medical treatments and the world. From the dates of December 9th to the 23rd, the Hope Box Theater will be premiering their rendition of Little Woman. Jan Williams was unfortunately unable to sit down for an interview, but she was able to send a message about the mission statement. We may be small, but our mission is great, and we are making a positive impact one life at a time. I feel so blessed to be helping families in our community find hope during one of the hardest times in their life. This month's Wall of Hope recipient is Kylie Terry. Kylie was diagnosed with APL-type leukemia in late May of 2022. A former Weber State student, Kylie lives in Ogden, Utah with her husband of 2 years, Jacob, along with her puppies Moose and Cleo. Kylie explains her battle with leukemia and how she is thankful for the Hope Box Theater and their generous donations of being on the Wall of Hope.
I'm so excited to be chosen for this month's Wall of Hope recipient. I'm so grateful to be on both sides of not having cancer and coming to the plays and enjoying them, to having cancer and being the Wall of Hope recipient, so I am super excited.
Now, if you wanted to help out in donating towards the Wall of Hope this Christmas season, there is a Venmo and donations page set up at hopeboxtheater.com. With Wildcat News, I'm Garrett Lee, Kaysville, Utah.
Thank you, Garrett.
Well, you know, Jace, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas out there. What do you think?
Not yet, but I think I know what can change that.
Okay, well, while I've got the Ghost of Christmas Present here next to me, the holidays are in full swing even here at Weber State. The Weber School Foundation decked the halls at the Eccles Conference Center just after Thanksgiving with their annual Christmas tree Jubilee. Companies, volunteers, and families around Weber County donated fully decorated trees and wreaths to the event. People could then purchase the items to take home at the end of the Jubilee. This fundraiser also had gift bundles that were raffled off. All funds raised from the raffles, trees, and wreaths are being donated to the Weber School Foundation.
We raised funds for over 34,000 students in the Weber School District. And this is one of our largest events that we do throughout the year.
The best part about the Christmas Tree Jubilee is that all of the money raised from the event is used locally to help underprivileged students. This is one community-wide event that is working to make Weber County a better place.
There seems to be Christmas cheer all around the county. Did you guys end up decorating your house yet?
You know what? I think we're just doing the tree this year because of finals week, but how do you like a black and silver Christmas tree? That's what my wife does every year.
Sounds pretty fantastic. We haven't gotten our tree up, but we did do our Christmas lights. Then I drove past Roy City, and let me tell you, now my house looks like child's play.
Oh yeah.
So, Roy recently lit up its annual holiday light display at Memorial Park behind the fire station. The traditional display contains roughly 1 million LED lights, and boy does it look fantastic.
Looks like they have lights on everything here.
Yeah.
Every tree's lit up, and then all the teddy bears.
And so the lights move like that snowman is waving. Some of them are blue and some of them are orange. He likes the colors. Yeah. They're nice. They're nice and pretty.
And every 30 minutes, viewers parked in their cars can tune into 90.7 FM to hear Christmas music playing, and the entire display comes to life.
Yeah, I actually live by those lights. They are a wonderful thing to visit. I recently went to the Christmas Village in Ogden and got to talk to some people about their favorite part of that traditional display. Here's how it went last weekend when I was there. I'm here at Christmas Village on the corner of 25th Street and Washington Avenue, and we're here to ask as many people as we can about what they love about this historic icon in the middle of Ogden City.
I've probably been coming here every year since I was very little, like 3 or 4 years old at least.
It's just the atmosphere, like the music playing. It's just like a totally original place. Like, I don't know, it just feels away from the world.
I love how beautiful it is. The fireworks are really fun when they open up. Getting hot chocolate, that's the first thing we did today.
You know, both of us grew up in like lower middle class households. Not a lot of money to go around, especially this time of year, but still finding things to do to get in the Christmas spirit. It's really important, especially for little kids.
I think it's awesome. I feel like, especially during the holidays, money should not be the focus. I feel like a lot of times it can, but this is a place where you just can have fun and be happy and not worry about that. So it's definitely makes it a better place to be, and definitely a bigger attraction, I would say.
I love it. It's like perfect for families. I've got a young family. I've got a almost 4-year-old, a 6-month-old, and my oldest loves this. He loves all the lights, living in the houses. Lots of things to keep him interested and fascinated with Christmas. I love that so many local businesses and institutions have participated in it, and it really makes it feel like a community effort. And I think it's a really cool opportunity to show kids the magic of Christmas.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm glad that was you and not me, because you looked pretty chilly out there.
Oh, it's no studio, I'll tell you that much. That $1 hot chocolate out there may be the only reason I've got all 10 fingers still.
Hey, well, rain or shine, indoor and outdoor, our Weber State athletics are still taking place and going on. So let's send it over to Alexandria Bonilla to hear what is going on with our Wildcat sports.
It's a busy time of year around campus with finals coming up, but there are actually loads of Wildcat sports going on right now. The Wildcats football season came to an end last Saturday in Bozeman after they suffered a 33-25 loss to the Montana State Bobcats in the second round of the FCS playoffs. They finished the season with a 10-3 record. And the Cardiac Cats also saw their season come to a close as they fell to the Drake Bulldogs 2-3 in the first round of the NIVC tournament on Sunday. Weber State led 2-1 before losing the final 2. And when one season ends, another one begins for our Wildcats. The women's track and field team opened up their season with a record-setting performance. Senior Billy Hatch looks to defend her Big Sky championship in the 3,000 and 5,000 meter from last season. She started off strong by posting a school record in the 5,000 meter with 15 minutes and 53 seconds. And on the hardwood, the Wildcats men's basketball team returned to the D Event Center for the first home game since November 10th. The Cats did fall to in-state opponent Utah Tech 77-65 despite Dylan Jones' 4th double-double of the year. And from Ogden all the way to Qatar, the United States men's national team had their 2022 World Cup end. After not losing a match in the group stage, the U.S. advanced to the knockout round for the first time since 2014. They face the Netherlands on Saturday, where they did suffer a 3-1 defeat. The next time the U.S. takes the pitch for the World Cup, it'll be on the home soil in North America for 2026. We hope we start to see more wins in the upcoming weeks and some more wins for all you Wildcats out there in your finals.
Thank you very much, Alex. With all of our teams on the road, it's important to stay safe out there. Let's hear more about winter driving conditions here on campus from Jessica Kroc.
With the calendar being only one page, one can suspect some very interesting road conditions. Being that it is December, there will be great snowfall, which means there will be more accidents. Let's take a look at some ways that us as drivers can prevent accidents from occurring, and let's take a look at some past years and see how many accidents have occurred, especially on Weber State's campus.
While safe driving is important during the winter conditions, it is just as important to keep the pedestrians safe on the road as well.
I think just in general, pedestrians on campus, because we've seen actually a pretty big uptake and folks not paying attention to crosswalks. So we've actually increased our traffic control around all of our crosswalks, so a lot more traffic stops on campus you'll see. But pedestrians especially, make sure that before you cross the crosswalks, you're making eye contact with the cars that are coming up as well. It is just as much the person driving the vehicle's job to be aware of the folks that are crossing as much as it is the pedestrian.
Sitting down with the lieutenant, we came to the conclusion that the accidents reported on campus don't correlate with the weather. However, according to the NHTSA, 17% of all vehicle crashes occur during the winter conditions.
Definitely have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, snow tires or chains, and know how to control a fishtail and what to do when you're sliding.
With that being said, let's talk about some ways that us as drivers can prevent accidents from occurring. Now, if you have a car that allows snow tires, make sure to put them on as soon as possible, especially when the roads are icy. And let's keep a 10 to 12 feet distance away from the next car, especially when you're driving in snowy conditions. Make sure to watch out for black ice, and if your car allows it, four-wheel drive is greatly appreciated, especially in those snowy moments. Now, those are probably just some amateur ways that you can stay safe, especially during the winter, but I suggest that you take these into consideration. This has been Jessica Kroc, Wildcat News.
Well, if you love skiing, Nordic Valley and Eden opened their runs for the season. The resort only has one lift and one run open as of now, but this is the earliest opening it has ever had. Nordic Valley is the second of 3 ski resorts in Weber County to open up this season, with Powder Mountain scheduled to open on December 8th.
Did you know that you can rent skis and snowboards right here on campus? The Outdoor Rec program has all of your winter sporting needs all season long. Hey, I might even have to go skiing.
Here at the Outdoor program, we have the rental center where we rent all kinds of equipment. So right now we're in winter mode, so we've got skis, snowboards, cross-country skis, backcountry equipment, and all of this equipment is open for students and the general public. Students do get a 30% discount.
We also found out that all of the sales and proceeds go directly back to the Outdoor Rec program to fund equipment and pay student employees. Needless to say, our technical director, Jess, did not leave empty-handed. She ended up renting a snowboard for the entire season for less than $100. So, I assume that's the last we'll see of her.
Yeah, well, while you guys are out skiing, I'm going to be getting myself some good grub. A famous fast food chain is coming to northern Utah. Jack in the Box plans to open 5 new locations along the Wasatch Front, 2 in Layton, 2 in Logan, and 1 more on the corner of 4800 South and Harrison Boulevard, just a couple of miles away from Weber State University. The chain currently has 3 locations in Utah, all of them located in the St. George area.
Students, finals are coming up. Jace and I are obviously going to be stress-eating Jack in the Box, but there is another option to handle your stress right here on campus.
Any student that feels stressed or overwhelmed by finals should join us at the Stress Relief Star Show coming up on December 13th and 14th at 12:30 p.m. in our very own planetarium. The Weber State Planetarium is a full dome digital theater available to all who want to relax and watch one of Weber State's award-winning scientific star shows. The theater has a variety of content to its viewers show about all the wonders of space.
So I would like people to come to the open hours, and I wish that the students, I want those students to know about the open hours for the planetarium, because it's just a service we provide. It doesn't cost them anything, and it's a place to hang out between classes and watch a show and just relax a little bit. But also we teach our astronomy classes in there, and so when I teach my astronomy class, we use the planetarium for activities, and we use the planetarium to demonstrate astronomy concepts, and it's a pretty cool resource to have on campus.
The students who work in the planetarium are more than happy to show people what the planetarium is all about. They accept all students and even visiting schools and youth groups when they reserve a tour online.
My favorite thing about the planetarium is probably the opportunity to get to talk to people about the thing I love most in the world. I'm an astrophysics major, so getting to talk to people about, all the different parts of space that I love is absolutely my favorite part of working here. It's so invigorating to see people learn new things and see their faces light up when something clicks, or just to see the wonder on the faces of kids, at star parties or when they're looking at the dome. It's just such a fun experience.
All are welcome to attend. The planetarium is located on the second floor of Lynn Lecture Hall.
Thank you everyone for watching. That wraps it up for us here in the studio.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're done with this semester, but let's shout out all of the Weber State graduates, especially you and Garrett on our team, so congrats for that.
Tune in again next fall for more news by Wildcats for Wildcats.
Happy holidays.
And good night.